18 years. That's how long I built his empire, blueprint by blueprint, night after night. And in the end, he dismissed me with a smirk. We can get 3 junior engineers for your salary. Nothing personal, just cost-cutting. But it was personal. He just didn't know how much. When I first met Howard, the company was nothing but a rented warehouse and a weak coffee machine. He was ambitious, charming like a salesman, but hopeless with the technical side. I was his first real engineer. I stayed through the lean years. I built the systems, led the projects, saved him from collapse more times than I can count. He used to say, "You're the brain, I'm the mouth." I thought it meant partnership. Turns out I was just a part to replace. The first warning came 3 months before the firing. Budgets cut. Projects handed to kids fresh out of college. Meetings without me. Then an audit of my department. Not for performance, but for cost. Howard stopped looking me in the eye. That's when I knew the knife was already in. The firing took 6 minutes. My severance papers were already printed. "Nothing personal," he said again. I nodded, packed my desk, shook the hands of people I had mentored, and walked out. But leaving wasn't the same as letting go. Howard thought he took my power. The truth, he gave me a weapon. 18 years had given me more than a title. I knew every client, every project, every weakness, and I knew how to take it all apart. So I smiled, signed the papers, and started making calls. I reached out to 3 colleagues Howard had already cut. They'd moved to rival firms. I asked simple questions. Who was hiring? Who needed a full team ready to deliver right now? 2 weeks later, a rival CEO called me. "Can you bring people?" he asked. I said yes. "And I can bring clients too." Howard thought juniors could replace me, but all of them relied on processes I had designed, and the latest versions I took with me. What he had was 6 months out of date. Deadlines would start slipping. I met clients for quiet lunches. I didn't insult Howard. I didn't have to. I just listened, nodded, and mentioned that my new team was available immediately. One by one, they moved over. Clean, legal, silent. Then the calls began. Friday, 9 to 12 a.m. My phone lit up with Howard's name. 3 of his biggest accounts gone. 2 engineers resigned. Another client on the edge. I let it ring. By noon, 9 missed calls, 4 desperate texts. "We need to talk." "Urgent." I didn't reply. Monday, I finally answered. His voice was sharp. "You're poaching my clients." "No," I said. "Your clients are choosing competence over cheap replacements. You think you can just—" "I don't think, Howard. I know. You fired the one person who kept your company alive. You made it personal when you made me disposable." He tried to offer me a consulting role. I cut him off. "You can't afford me." And I hung up. Over the next month, I watched from a distance. Deadlines collapsed. Complaints spread. Employees left. Juniors drowned without guidance. By the end of the quarter, he had lost 40% of his revenue. People think revenge is rage, but true revenge is patient, precise, and final.